exactly 2 months away from the start of the NFL season. The touchdowns, the tackles, bad bloods between teams and the players, and the fireworks. You guys see what I did there?
There you go.
Getting into the theme.
Yay!
All right, David, who do you think is going to cause the most fireworks in the NFL next season?
Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. This is it. This is it, guys. This is the year.
Don't you say this every year?
This is the year. This is the year. I do think Lamar Jackson is making the playoff leap, and the team is making the playoff leap. I think this is the year that they finally get over the hump. They're the best team in the league. They, have been dominant in the regular season. I think the momentum from a great, second half of that game against Buffalo, Lamar Jackson a little bit more poised, a little bit more taking on the leadership role as he has discussed. I think this is his time to take on not just another MVP, but get them to the Super Bowl.
So first of all, I also think the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. And this is about fireworks, and that to me is Jaden's with who got the season that we've seen last year. And the difference, I think, between C.J. Stroud 2 years ago, who had one of the best rookie seasons ever, and had a bit of a regression. Now, listen, they won a playoff game. He looked fine. He didn't take the leap in the MVP conversation like we thought. I think Jayden does, and part of that is because of his supporting cast, because they shored up the offensive line. They drafted Josh Connolly out of Oregon. They went out and they got Debo Samuel, who at least could do something. Terry McLaurin comes back another year. The defense is going to be a little better. So I think it's the supporting cast that's going to make him better and get him into the MVP conversation.
Guys, this one's easy for me. It's George Pickens. I have traded for players in the last year of their deal. I've traded for wide receivers in the last year of their deal. They are motivated, and George Pickens is a point scorer. And we've talked a lot about Brian Schottenheimer and the impact we believe he'll have with Dak Prescott. We put that with a highly motivated, talented outside receiver in George Pickens. He will score a lot of points this year.
Okay, so you two have players that could very well be MVPs this year. I don't know if that's like the criteria you're going after. You're going with the player who needs to prove something this year to get the contract. I'm going to go with the player who was drafted number 2 overall, the most exciting player that was in the 2025 NFL draft. And that's Travis Hunter. The guy's a unicorn. We think of fireworks. I think of explosives. I think of somebody who is going to take this team and do what's not been done in a very long time. Playing on offense. That's where we expect him to get the majority of his snaps early on. We know that there's thought that maybe they'll use him in defense, play him in corner. I want to see how this works out for this Jacksonville offense. For Trevor Lawrence, who we seem to give a do-over every single year, this is the best possible thing that could have happened for him. He's got the most explosive receiver in the draft, the best receiver in the draft. Very well could be on our top 10 list, top 5 list of receivers by the time this year's over.
Now, these guys will all cause fireworks, but I'm reading very closely and I see the word most, and I'm thinking about the person who will be standing on the stage when actual literal fireworks are going off behind him as a Super Bowl champion, and that's Lamar Jackson. That is what he'll cause the most fireworks when actual fireworks are going off.
It's kind of the Jaguars. When was the last time there was a Jaguar
We talked about individual players. No, I understand. Fireworks and baseball.
But I'm going to tell you, one more thing, George Pickens is going to create.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
My next slide has been signed to talk about the fire.
To me, the floor for Hunter is actually pretty low. Because a lot of this depends on, first of all, the plan the Jaguars have for him. And also, what is training camp look like? Are they going to let his position be removed to them by just going and doing NFL reps and seeing how he goes against a Brian Thomas Jr. in July, and then seeing how he goes against the NFL quarterback in July? I want to see what that looks like. He really can be the Ohtani of football, but it might take a while. And so I'm looking at that. I think that obviously the floor in his career is high because you're getting 2 bites of the apple, the offense and defense. But rookie season, I don't know if there's going to be immediate fireworks with it.
Okay, so you can't have fireworks on a 4th of July Friday without some food. We can call it a cookout. We can call it a barbecue. I've got to know. Hot dogs or hamburgers, Kevin?
A hamburger.
Better
Hamburger. It's not even close. It's not even close. Hot dog can do one thing. Hamburger, you can throw on any sort of condiment, change it. As we call it in the NFL, positional flexibility with the hamburger.
Well, I heard we're supposed to have some food here. Jack, do we have any hot dogs or hamburgers that you could bring out?
There we go.
Like the host, we provide.
There we go.
Busy time on Thursday.
These look pretty darn good. All right, Dave, are you a hot dog or are you a hamburger guy?
I just do not believe in eating meat that's not seasoned. Like hot dogs, you just take them, you just throw it on the grill and you char it or whatever. You get a burger, you season it, you do some things together, you make it special, you do smash burger, you can do versatility. Give me the dog. Give me the dog. Here, I don't want
Well, you got 3 right there.
I mean, the dog. Give me the dog. I don't want to. Take the burger.
Here's what you guys are missing.
on the grill a hot dog. You just throw it on the grill. You can burn it, you can not burn it, you can do whatever you want, and then everybody claps because you just managed to throw a hot dog on the fire. It doesn't matter. You don't even need a grill for it. You just need to put it on a fireplace. It doesn't matter.
So last week I was in the Hamptons for a friend's birthday.
Flex.
No big deal.
I was on 7 Hudson. Where were you?
I was here. I'm at work. You should try it sometime.
So I was making hamburgers on the grill, and I posted a video of it on my Instagram, and all these people started calling me a premature burger flipper. All because the meat was like still raw, obviously, and I'm meticulously looking over this grill, making sure that everything's cooked to perfection, just like these burgers from Shake Shack.
Were you doing it for the gram?
I really wasn't. Like,
I heard people flip the burgers for you on the hand, but I know you're
Yeah.
But I was like thoroughly insulted by that. This was definitely cooked to perfection. This is a very good picture. All right, so if we throw ribs in the mix, ribs, burgers, hot dogs, is there a
supreme. You got to start the burger is skill.
But what do you do? Like, you gotta have a plate and a table for ribs, really. Like taking a couple ribs.
Or if you're greedy, you need a knife and a fork.
Yeah, you got
Burger, I just stand the lawn, watch the kids.
durable, flexible, all the things you want.
All right.
And a burger, yeah.
You call it cook-out or you call it a barbecue? You can learn a lot about a person when you call that.
I think it's a two American thing that we're tapping into here. I'm just gonna be honest with everybody. I mean, I'm grilling. That's what it is with a hard end at the end, just grilling.
Nothing more exciting, nothing more 4th of July America than grilling burgers, hot dogs, ribs, whatever you want to do on the 4th of July. All right, the Knicks' success this season had